Inside the Boca Raton Bowl, I'm Paige Kornblue, a proud member of ESPN's Boca Raton Bowl team. This bowl, one of 17 bowl games owned and operated by ESPN via our ESPN Events division. Now, you know, nothing like postseason college football play for the fans, the teams, their families, and the communities where these bowl games are played. My guest today understands all of that. He was instrumental in establishing the Boca Raton Bowl right here in South Florida. Anthony Barbar is our guest today. He's here to explain what the Boca Raton Bowl is, how it all began, and how it's going. Barbar chairs the executive committee of the Boca Raton Bowl. He is also a member of the Orange Bowl committee just down the road from us here. And he's the former chair of the Board of Trustees at Florida Atlantic University, also president and CEO of Barbar and Associates. That's a strategic advisory firm dealing with all sorts of complex transactions, most in the real estate space. And he's received numerous awards from this community, from educational institutions, and the Boca Raton Bowl's Volunteer of the Year. Anthony, welcome.
Thank you, Paige. It's good to be here.
And that's just a tidbit of the resume. I know, but a good breakdown. Anthony, you know, when it comes to the Boca Raton Bowl, never a complex transaction, right?
No.
It's simple. We have a college football game, bowl game, postseason game right here in Palm Beach County. Pretty amazing, right?
Yes, it is. It is very amazing.
Why so close to your heart and why you're such a fan?
You know, athletics is the only event that you have that bring people of different walks of life together, where we're not sitting quietly, but we're cheering and we are talking and we're enjoying each other's company while we're enjoying a game.
I love that. ESPN chose us, right? When it's all said and done and on paper, there are not many bowl games that we have across America and the Bahamas, and Hawaii over there, part of America. But we get one, right? And you were a big part of that. How talk about the road for the Boca Raton Bowl to the Sunshine State?
You know, when we finished our stadium at Florida Atlantic and we thought about how we can use it, what can we do that would bring the community together, we had this crazy idea that I wonder if we could start a bowl game here. And so we went to the commissioner of Conference USA and we tossed the idea out and he liked it. And we asked if he would help to bring ESPN down, and they sent a team down, and we did our best to show them what Boca Raton and Palm Beach County has to offer, and they bought into it, and they've been great partners.
What was your role at that time here?
So I was chair of the Florida Atlantic University Board of Trustees, and so it was, as a board member, we wanted to make sure we were using our assets to the community's best, to give the best value.
What was it about? I mean, we all know we have that sunshine, but in the big picture, what was it about that you think was so appealing here to have this game? I'm sure they were looking for a home at that time, and to start this game here.
Well, we have good weather.
Yeah.
It's fairly reliable, even though we have had our fair share of liquid sunshine, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's not cold. The teams love to come here. And so that was how we sold it. And the community was great. The Palm Beach County, the city of Boca Raton were very supportive and encouraging and have put dollars into making it happen. So we felt like the environment here, being on a college campus, a stadium that seated around 30,000 was the right size. It wasn't too big, not too small, and it's something that we could grow into.
In terms of the county, right? We call this a county game, and really just in our region, you know, and it spreads all the way to North County, down here to Boca Raton, and I always like to say we want to get the word out, the energy out, because it's such a fun day, right? Talk about the impact for the county that this game has?
Well, when you have a bowl game, you bring two teams in, they bring their players bring their families, and then they bring their friends. And it's a way for us as a community to welcome new people here, to show them what our community's like, and to hopefully make it a place where they will want to come back when they're thinking about where they'd like to go on a vacation. And I think Palm Beach County has done a great job in rolling out the red carpet. Our teams love it here. I try to make sure I connect with their leadership when they're here, and the one thing I hear is how wonderful everything is and how generous and welcoming our community is.
What was your initial vision when the concept kind of first came to pass for the Boca Raton Bowl, when it was first conceived?
Wow. Well, the first vision was, let's get a game going. Yeah. And as we have done that and looked, as each year has built on the prior year, we see the excitement building before the game. The events that we have, like the tailgate, all the events we have in the community, the community captains. One of the things that we made a commitment early on, actually at the very beginning, was how can we contribute back to the community? And so the Spirit of Giving is our partner.
Right, the charitable partner.
Right. And so the hope was that we would start and then build into a game that had tremendous long-term excitement. And I think we're getting there.
Yeah, and the reach, right, with all the different lead-in events, when you talk about how one game can impact a community immensely, that you see that happening throughout the year.
Yes, you do. And, I have to give kudos to Doug Mosley, who's our executive director. When Doug came, he decided that he was going to, without saying anything to anybody, he was going to integrate himself into our community. So 365 days a year, Doug Mosley's involved somewhere, somehow. And now with you on the team, you both are involved in different organizations, both charitable and not. And you've created a connection. You've knitted the Boca Raton Bowl into the fabric of Palm Beach County.
Well, thank you, and on behalf of both of us, and we both love it. I mean, he is such a source, and I love learning from him. He's been doing this game with you from day one. We're heading into our 11th year, and I was just telling my kids today about loving what you do, right? And you can tell that we both do, as you do too, Anthony. Because it makes such a difference in your day and in your work.
It does, and to be able to look back over 11 years and see the growth and the impact is just so rewarding.
Yeah. Where do you see it going?
Wow. I see the competition going up, and I see us becoming a key bowl game in the future.
Yeah. I like that. Well, it is certainly one of the best destinations, and there's so much that we can work with and have fun with. In terms of local business support, a lot of businesses might have heard of it. If they're not, we have a great handful already involved in the game and supporting the game, and in turn, our communities. But why is it so valuable for businesses to be part of something like a bowl game?
That's a very interesting question. Athletics is a unique event. People come there, they're excited, they're euphoric, and typically we do business with people that we know or like. And if you happen to be somewhere where an event where I find joy, you're going to be a business that I like and want to support. And so when we're thinking about a decision that we have to make on buying something or where can we spend our dollars, we're going to spend it at a place where we're familiar with. And what the Boca Raton Bowl does for Palm Beach County and really nationwide is we provide a venue where businesses can showcase themselves in the best possible light.
And there are a lot of partnerships that have been strong. Are there any that you've been a part of or that you've really loved seeing connected year after year? Or
Well, the partnership with FAU has been wonderful.
Yeah.
But I think about some of the people that have been there from day one. Our partnership with Florida Blue, they've been so consistent and so generous. Florida Power and Light are just a couple that I can think of. But the ones that have been with us from the beginning, when this was just a twinkle in the eyes and they bought into the vision, are the ones that have been just so incredible.
What are some of the memorable moments that stick out to Anthony Barbar when it comes to the Boca Raton Bowl? Looking back, I know you've been at every one. You haven't missed a game.
I have not.
Rain or shine. Mostly we shine.
Right. Well, obviously the first game was very special because it was the first. Another memorable game was when FAU played Southern Methodist, and they were favored to win, and we won pretty handily, and won our conference that year. So we were conference champs and also bowl champs. That was a very memorable experience. I think having BYU and UCF here during COVID was very special. It was electric. Last year, the game didn't go the way we had hoped, but last year, I thought the pregame there was never one that was more electric than that. The teams were excited about their fans were excited. Unfortunately, Syracuse had some injuries and things that they were dealing with that affected their game, but the fans had an incredible time.
When you put on your family man hat, one of the things about, as you mentioned, all athletics, it's a great place to bring your family together, and from the littles, to teenagers and up above. Now you have some who are playing football, who have played football. So some of your grandsons and sons have been in the games, not the Boca Raton Bowl, but it's an added energy and fun for you. Yeah, all in the family, right?
It is, and it's a great event where we bring our children and our grandchildren, and they have so much fun. They enjoy it. It's a memorable evening, and it's one where it's comfortable to bring your entire family. It's cost effective. There's a lot to do before the game, so the kids have an absolute blast. And for our family, it's a highlight event for our year.
Do you catch a lot of the bowl games on TV throughout bowl season?
I do.
I've seen you at other bowl games as well. You travel.
Yes, I do.
Have football, will travel.
I do.
What do you love about the game of football?
Oh, my goodness. I love what it teaches. It teaches teamwork. It teaches commitment. It teaches perseverance. It lets you figure out how to get along with other people. Some of them you like, some of them not so much, but you have to figure out because you're on the same team. And how do we all work together towards one specific goal? And I think those are the things that I enjoy, in addition to the competition.
What's your message to folks listening who perhaps haven't been to the game that you'd like to share?
Come watch a game. You will be hooked, and you will be there every year after.
Yeah. So much to it, right?
Yes, there is so much to it.
Awesome. Well, Anthony Barbar, thank you so much. I appreciate your time and all you've given to this game and this community.
Thank you, Paige. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, well, Inside the Boca Raton Bowl is brought to you by Pod Populi, Podcasts for the People. You can learn much more about our game, the Boca Raton Bowl. It's all at bocaratonbowl.com, and all the links to all of our social media sites are there on the website as well. Until next time, everybody, cheers. From tailgates to touchdowns, nothing like football season and bowl season. The Boca Raton Bowl kicks off at 5:30 p.m. on December 18th at FAU Stadium in Boca Raton. Do join us for a fabulous night from the Fan Fest to the field. And sure hope you follow this show, Inside the Boca Raton Bowl, brought to you by Pod Populi, Podcasts for the People. Game on. We'll see you next time.